welcome to all who are here today to celebrate Gwynedd Mercy University's class of 2019. My name is Mary Van Brunt, and I am the Vice President for Academic Affairs at Gwynedd Mercy University. Commencement is absolutely one of my favorite events of the year, and today I have the pleasure of serving as the convener for our proceedings. And in that capacity, I hereby officially declare the opening of Gwynedd Mercy University's commencement exercises. This is the first year that we have divided up our commencement exercises due to the growing number of graduates at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. This year's total graduating class of 885 students is one of the largest in the university's history and includes 595 undergraduate students. I know you're all anxious to meet these graduates, so we will begin with an invocation offered by Jenny Keung, graduating senior and president of the Student Government Association. After the invocation, please remain standing for the national anthem, sung by the Voices of Gwynedd and directed by Professor Carol Evans. Please stand.
I invite you to join me as we pray for God's blessing. Blessed are you, God of all goodness. In your great love, you have given us life and have sustained us along the way. We give you thanks today for all the people whose encouragement and support have inspired us to pursue our dreams. Our families, loved ones and friends, and the faculty, staff, and administration of Gwynedd Mercy University. Be with us as we begin the next chapter of our lives. Send us forth to serve our world as compassionate and competent mercy leaders. Help us to listen to the voice of your Spirit, speaking in our hearts and in our world. Empower us to respond with courage and generosity. May we walk in your light and be people of mercy to everyone we meet. Amen.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the 6th president of Gwynedd Mercy University, Deanne D'Amelio, who will deliver the opening remarks.
Good afternoon. Before I begin, I have some important news to share. Gwynedd Mercy University baseball team defeated Cabrini to win the Atlantic East. Go Griffins. Graduation is one of the most joyful celebrations and biggest achievements in life. It is a day that I know family and friends have been anticipating for many years, and a moment at which students have worked very hard to arrive. At the university, there are also many people who work hard to ensure that this day is a wonderful experience for all. I'd like to acknowledge and thank Board of Trustees Chair Nancy Dunleavy and the members of the Board of Trustees who are with us today. These are dedicated professionals who volunteer their time and talents to ensure that Gwynedd Mercy University is strong and a leader within higher education. I'd like to ask them to please stand and be recognized. The graduation festivities of the last few days required considerable planning and organization. So on behalf of the university community, I extend appreciation to our Vice President for Student Services and Dean of Students, Mr. Joshua Stern, and to the Commencement Committee for their leadership in organizing all of the events related to commencement. To our staff, colleagues, alumni, and students serving today as ushers and facilitators, I thank you for your incredible service to our graduates and their families. Furthermore, I wish to acknowledge colleagues from all of our offices who have played a significant role in making arrangements for today's events. I am grateful to our Director of Campus Ministry, Christine Eberly, and all who planned yesterday's baccalaureate service. As well, I acknowledge and thank the Voices of Gwynedd for their beautiful music today. I further recognize those who organized yesterday's honors convocation and congratulate once again all of our graduating students who were recognized for academic achievement. Your program lists the students who received major recognition at the honors convocation. At Gwynedd Mercy University, students are taught to utilize the excellent education they've received to engage in work that will be of service to others in the world, to transform the world by transforming lives. Students are taught that the cultivation of compassion, intellectual inquiry, dedication to truth, mercy, and justice is essential in improving the human condition. With this approach, we prepare students for successful careers and meaningful lives. As distinctive Mercy graduates, you have the honor and privilege of living out this mission on a daily basis. You are preparing to do noble work, and I encourage you to always remember the unique power that you have to positively influence other lives around you. As you prepare for your exciting future, it is important to think about the past for just a moment. 16 years ago, or longer for some of you, when you started kindergarten, the world was a different place. Only 9.7% of the world's population used the internet. Today, it is over 56%. Facebook did not yet exist. Now, there are 2.3 billion users, not to mention other social media tools. There was no Amazon Prime for same-day or next-day delivery. The cloud was something in the sky, and tweeting was something birds did to communicate. Much has changed. Since 2003, there is no doubt that we will continue to live in a rapidly changing world. Navigating this world will require great resiliency, adaptability, and skills to ensure that you will prosper in jobs that don't even exist yet in a world we cannot imagine. I am confident that you are ready. Your many teachers, and by that I mean your professors, your deans, your internship supervisors, your coaches, many other staff who make up this community have worked hard to prepare you for this challenging but very rewarding and exciting journey that you are about to begin. And I know that you join me in thanking them. I especially want to recognize the faculty who supported you, tutored you, challenged you, pushed you, and cheered you on. I ask the faculty to please stand and be recognized. I know that no one is more proud of you and your achievements than they are, and we are so looking forward to hearing about your next steps. Our more than 21,000 distinctive Mercy graduates are using the skills and values that they learned here and are living out their dreams all over the world. Take 2011 graduate Andrew Ball, who made his dream of working in sports a reality, as he is currently the Director of Baseball Operations for the Los Angeles Angels. Or 2001 alumna Stephanie Andrulevich, who is a principal in the Kensington area of Philadelphia, where she is constantly working to improve the lives of her students, even completing a marathon to raise funds for her school. Or 2016 graduate Sean Welch, who is currently studying to become a physician at Drexel University College of Medicine. Or 2017 graduate Matt French, who is working for one of the largest accounting firms in the world. These are just a few representative examples of how a GMercyU education is transforming lives and transforming the world. I know that the same will be true for all of you. Today we celebrate all that you have accomplished thus far and look forward to all of the greatness that is still yet to come. Here at GMercyU, we have a belief that education is a lifelong process that enriches the whole person, intellectually, morally, and spiritually. So while you may be graduating today, your journey is only just beginning. Congratulations, and God bless. Thank you. It is a tradition within the higher education community to honor distinguished retiring faculty who have demonstrated dedicated and outstanding service to the university. Today, we will not only honor 2 distinguished and retiring faculty, but also a retiring vice president. At Gwynedd Mercy University, the Board of Trustees may confer the ranks of Professor Emerita and Vice President Emerita. And today, by mandate of the board, the university bestows these titles and ranks to 3 of our distinguished colleagues. Dr. Mary Van Brunt, Vice President for Academic Affairs, will introduce our Professor Emeritae.
Will Sister Ellen Murray please come to the center of the stage? Sister Ellen Murray was a tenured associate professor of religious studies from 1995 to 2005, and then left Gwynedd to lead the Novice ministry for the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas in Laredo, Texas. Ellen returned in 2010 and spent the next 2 years as both an associate professor of religious studies as well as assistant vice president to the interim vice president for academic affairs. From 2013 to 2018, Ellen was the director of general education while overseeing the religious studies program. Sister Ellen has been serving as an associate professor of religious studies on a half-time basis for this academic year. Sister Ellen has also served with distinction during her time at Gwynedd Mercy. Her significant contributions include the coordination of all religious study courses and faculty, coupled with the development of the Moral and Contemporary Healthcare class, a specialized ethics course for the nursing students. Her work as the Director of General Education helped to solidify the term Distinctive Mercy Graduate. in the general education curriculum. She also created and oversaw the development of a peer review process for the signature seminars. Throughout her time at Gwynedd, Sister Ellen has been involved in service to the university. She served on several major committees, including the Educational Review Committee, the Strategic Agenda Stewardship Team, the Academic Assessment Committee, and the Institutional Review Board. As a Sister of Mercy, she has also developed and presented many sessions for the Mission Leadership Academy. Sister Ellen's scholarship is mostly focused on St. Catherine of Siena, on which she has presented and published. Sister Ellen has demonstrated significant contributions to Gwynedd Mercy in teaching, service, and scholarship. For these and many other reasons, I have recommended that the title of Professor Emerita be conferred on Sister Ellen Murray. At this time, I ask President Emilio to present Sister Ellen with the stole that signifies this honor. Although Dr. Barbara Jones could not be here today, we would like to acknowledge her as well for receiving the honor of Professor Emerita. Her accomplishments are listed in the commencement program. We will award Dr. Jones her Professor Emerita stole at a later time, but please join me in congratulating Dr. Jones.
Will Sister Katie McMahon please come to the center of the stage? Sister Catherine McMahon has been a beloved fixture of Gwynedd Mercy University since she first set foot on the campus of then Gwynedd Mercy College. Sister Katie, as she is known in our world, graduated with a degree in elementary education in 1971. She then spent time as an 8th grade teacher while she pursued her master's in counseling and human relations from Villanova University. Much to her surprise, she was called to the Mother House in Marion, Pennsylvania, and told that she would be going back to Gwynedd Mercy College as the Director of Counseling Services. Although she felt totally unqualified for this role, she did an outstanding job for 14 years, bringing professionalism to that function and a great sense of humor. As the campus grew, in 1997, Sister Katie was appointed Associate Vice President for Student Services, and in 1999, she was appointed Vice President for Student Services when the previous sister left to pursue other interests. Sister Katie left in June of 2003, shortly, but in the fall of 2003, Dr. Kathleen Owens, 5th president of Gwynedd Mercy College, asked Sister Katie to assume the role of Special Assistant to the President for Mission and Planning. Sister Katie could not stay away and put on her 4th hat at the college and went into uncharted territory in defining this position. During this period, Sister Katie was responsible for shepherding the strategic planning process, developing retreats and workshops to refine goals and action plans to lead the institution in new directions. At the same time, Sister Katie oversaw the campus ministry staff and was responsible for hiring a new chaplain and ensuring that the Mercy Mission was well understood by all. Sister Katie spearheaded the very involved process to transition the college to university status, and in September of 2013, that dream was realized. Sister Katie is well known for developing the Mission Leadership Academy program for faculty and staff to deepen the understanding of the mission and history of Mercy. This was a pilot program, but its success has become the template for other Mercy institutions. Sister Katie serves as the holder of the mission through her involvement in the hiring process. She interviews prospective faculty, staff, and administration applicants, conducts mission orientation sessions for new hires, and is an integral part of the new trustee orientation program to ensure that everyone is conversant with Mercy values and the mission. In 2016, Sister Katie assumed the role of Vice President for Mission and Ministry, and this elevated the importance of mission and mercy in the institution. She was instrumental both in the preparation for and during the Conference for Mercy Higher Education peer review process in 2017 that led to accolades on how mercy is included in the fiber of all that we do as an institution. Sister Katie has been a beacon of mercy in the life of students, faculty, staff, and administration in her wholehearted effort to guide her beloved alma mater and keep it on the mercy path, and in modeling our core values of integrity in word and deed, respect for the dignity of each person, service to society, and social justice. For these and other pertinent reasons, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer on Catherine McMahon, Sister of Mercy, the title of Vice President Emerita for Mission and Ministry, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto, done at Gwynedd Valley, Pennsylvania, this 11th day of May, 2019. Every 3 years, the Christian R. and Mary F. Lindback Foundation provides a generous grant to Gwynedd Mercy to acknowledge distinguished teaching and a commitment to faculty excellence. Awardees are nominated by faculty colleagues, staff, and students. This year, the Lindback Award is presented to William Galvin, Assistant Professor and Program Director of the Respiratory Care Program at Gwynedd Mercy since its inception in 1983. In 2015, Bill Galvin received the Jimmy A. Young Medal, which recognizes individuals who have made lasting and sustained contributions to the profession of respiratory care and the American Association for Respiratory Care. It is the highest honor bestowed by the AARC. In 2016, the Pennsylvania Society for Respiratory Care surprised him with the inaugural Lifetime Achievement Award for his over 40 years of service in the profession. And just this past year, the New Jersey Society for Respiratory Care awarded him the A. Gerald Shapiro Award for professional service. He is a sought-after lecturer and has presented at the local, state, and national level on a wide variety of topics, and has authored 6 chapters in the text, Respiratory Care Principles and Practice, soon to be released in its 4th edition, published by Jones and Bartlett. Please join me in congratulating the 2019 Lindback Award winner, Bill Galvin.
A commencement tradition at Gwynedd Mercy University includes the presentation of the Tender Courage Award to a most deserving member of the university staff. Sister Katie McMahon, Vice President for Mission and Ministry, will present the 2019 Tender Courage Award.
Will Suzanne Colasar please come to the center of the stage? Established in 1993 to honor Sister Isabel Keese, the Tender Courage Award acknowledges those many of our staff and administration who work tirelessly behind the scenes to help make our university the special place it is. During this ceremony, we highlight those whose work accomplishments exemplify the ideals of mercy and whose work and lives reflect our university mission and values. These role models elaborate what is at the heart of your mercy education. Our hope is that each graduate will take the messages of this day into the world with you. We pray that they each inspire you to be a distinctive Mercy graduate. According to her nominators, this year's recipient, Suzanne Colasar, exhibits the university's mission and core values every day. She is respectful of everyone she meets, is an individual of the highest integrity, and is one that is always ready, willing, and able to serve anyone in need. Suzanne consistently serves on many committees, is an active member of the Voices of Gwynedd, performs her job at a high level, serving and supporting students' academic inquiries and needs, as well as always going above and beyond. To be able to do all that she does so well, with a smile and a merciful willingness, with two active children, Andrew and Megan, her husband Tim, a home and a full-time job, is amazing. Suzanne graduated summa cum laude from then Gwynedd Mercy College in 2003 with a BS in elementary, special, and early childhood education. While working at our Center for Lifelong Learning, now GPS, advising and assisting students, Suzanne acquired her Master's of Science in Management, again, graduating with an impressive GPA of 3.97. In 2015, Suzanne was promoted to her current position, Associate Registrar for Main Campus. She may be pint-sized, but she's larger than life with her enthusiasm, love for her job, and dedication to our students. Suzanne is the perfect example of a distinctive Mercy graduate. It is with delight that we present the 2019 Tender Courage Award to Mrs. Suzanne Colasar.
Commencement is a formal public celebration for students, faculty, staff, trustees, families, friends, and the civic community. And the awarding of an honorary degree serves as a source of celebration and inspiration for the university community. The criteria for awarding an honorary degree by Gwynedd Mercy University are the following. Is a person of any faith tradition who embodies the mission and values of the university. Shows evidence of outstanding achievement in the humanities, arts, sciences, or in a profession, in government or public affairs, education, religion, in industry, or in commerce. Shows evidence of distinguished service and performance in his or her accomplishments that support the ideals and values of Gwynedd Mercy University and serves as an example to our students, our alumni, and society, and shows evidence in his or her life of a commitment of service to humankind. Will Sister Patricia Murphy and Sister Joanne Persh please come forward to the center of this stage?
Catherine Macaulay, the first Sister of Mercy, once wrote, "We must strive to do ordinary things extraordinarily well." What Catherine Macaulay suggested in her statement was a life pursuit, purposeful action that moves us to betterment of the community, world, and self. Sisters Patricia Murphy and Joanne Persh are extraordinary examples of this statement. Sisters Patricia and Joanne, both members of the Midwest community of the Sisters of Mercy of the Americas, first met in 1959 when they went to Wisconsin to teach in a new elementary school. Hard work, a love for life, and a need to serve forged a bond that distance and years did not diminish. Sister Pat was able to realize her dream of becoming a missionary and spent 8 years in Peru, while Sister Joanne traveled the United States welcoming new Catholics into the church. When reunited, both realized that their interests had drawn them to political activism with a focus on service. Sisters Pat and Joanne are the co-founders of the Interfaith Community for Detained Immigrants and currently serve in pastoral ministry for detention centers and deportation centers. Both lived and worked at Casa Notre Dame, a shelter for women in recovery from addiction and their children, and were co-founders of Su Casa. Per their mission statement, Su Casa is a house of hospitality and intentional community rooted in the Catholic worker tradition and located in the heart of Back of the Yards, Chicago, where they seek to establish a community and society rooted in simplicity, free of violence and abounding in love. The sisters' activism is not new, and there are numerous featured news stories both in Chicago and nationally noting the monthly vigils held in all kinds of weather, from temperatures well below zero to excessive heat in the summer, all calling attention to the plight of these immigrants, whom Sister Joanne reminds everyone is, these people are our brothers and sisters, human beings with dignity. In 2012, a documentary film entitled Band of Sisters was produced that highlighted the work of Sisters Pat and Joanne, along with sisters from other religious orders, that provides insights into the question of determining what matters and how best do we go about changing our lives and the world around us. Sisters Pat and Joanne have provided a blueprint for how this can be done. Both Sister Pat and Sister Joanne travel a circuit of jails and immigration and customs enforcement centers in the Chicago area, and despite advancing age and major health issues, continue to face adversity head-on, including being handcuffed and arrested, all because of their concern for their fellow citizens in this world. They have had some successes, including the Access to Religious Ministry Act that was passed in the Illinois legislature that prompted a change to the immigrant detainee law that guaranteed visits in jail by volunteers of the Interfaith Community for Detained Immigrants and other volunteers. Pope Francis is quoted as saying, "Whenever people listen to one another humbly and openly, their shared values and aspirations become all the more apparent. Diversity is no longer seen as a threat, but as a source of enrichment." How telling this is for the work of Sisters Pat and Joanne. Their careers model the humanitarian spirit that engenders hope for the future of our church and our nation. Their dedication to this important work is a model of Gwynedd Mercy University's core values in action: integrity, respect, service, and social justice. with a particular focus on the mercy-critical concern of supporting a just and humane immigration system. For these and other pertinent reasons, and by the virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I am pleased to confer on Sister Patricia Murphy and Sister Joanne Persh the degrees of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereof, which throughout the world pertain to these degrees, done at Gwynedd Valley, Pennsylvania, this 11th day of May, 2019. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Renee Cardwell Hughes is the CEO of the Hughes Group, which advises on strategic planning, change, and crisis management and leadership development. Prior to founding the Hughes Group, Renee was the CEO of the fourth largest market in the American Red Cross for more than 6 years. Renee led a team of 85 full-time and 45 part-time staff, along with more than 4,000 volunteers who plan and execute local, regional, and national disaster relief, safety education programs, and support members of the armed forces. Additionally, she was responsible for the region's highly regulated blood supply. As a change manager, Renee successfully spearheaded the merger of 17 counties to condense operations and the integration of the Blood, Biomedical, and Humanitarian Services Division to deliver enhanced service offerings and more efficient funds deployment. Her team founded and operates the only Red Cross house in the nation, a unique facility which provides care and recovery for people who have been displaced by disasters. Renee was a trial judge for more than 15 years before joining the American Red Cross, where she handled both complex civil and criminal cases. She specialized in homicides, handling some of Philadelphia's most notorious cases. She founded the city's mental health court and co-authored a book on witness intimidation. Renee began her career as a successful corporate attorney. Renee received her law degree from Georgetown University Law Center and her undergraduate degree from the University of Virginia. She was inducted into the 2013 International Women in Homeland Security and Emergency Management Hall of Fame. She was recognized in 2013 and 17 by the Philadelphia Business Journal as a minority business leader. In 2014, Philadelphia Style magazine named her one of the city's power women. And in 2016, Renee was recognized by the Philadelphia Business Journal as a woman of distinction. Renee was selected as the 2018 Pearl S. Buck International Woman of Influence. She is a qualified financial expert and serves on the board of the Independence Health Group, which is the parent company of Independence Blue Cross and AmeriHealth Caritas. Renee also serves on the boards of the Haverford Trust Company and the Public Health Management Corporation. Please join me in welcoming Judge Renee Cardwell Hughes.
Thank you. I am honored and humbled to be here. But frankly, I'm so inspired by Sister Pat and Sister Joanne. It's like, woo, I haven't done anything in my life. I better get it together. Oh my gosh. But let me start by saying, congratulations. You made it. Yes, you made it. You finished all the exams, the papers, the projects, the presentations. You did it. And in a few minutes, you will be a college graduate. This is a time for celebration. Now I'm confident you have big plans to party, and I'm standing between you, your degree, and the party. So I promise to be brief. But before you start to party, I want you to take a moment and thank that special person who helps you make it through. No one gets to this point alone. It is important to thank that person who stood with you in the darkness when you got that bad grade and doubted you could do this, but they encouraged you to go on. When you felt overwhelmed, this person helped you focus. Thank that person who believed in you and never doubted that you would be sitting here today. Take that time right now. Thank them. But I also want to take a moment and acknowledge Gwynedd Mercy University, because tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I can tell you as a mother, there is no greater present you could give a mom than your baby getting their college degree. Yes! Happy Mother's Day! So today starts a new phase of your life. Today you begin a journey to success. Your college days are behind you, and you're starting right now a lifelong journey to success. Yes, success is a journey. It is not an end point. Success requires a daily commitment to believe in yourself, especially when no one else believes in you. You will have to push yourself each day to be stronger and better. There will be challenges. Success and life are a roller coaster. There are many ups and downs. There are detours. There are roadblocks. You will fall. And sometimes you will fail. But I need you to hear me. In the words of Winston Churchill, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The courage to continue. Yes, resilience. It is the signature characteristic of every great leader. Now, resilience is a word that is bandied about by a lot of people without much discussion, as if we all understand it. Some people are resilient. They're just naturally resilient. Think about that veteran who lost a leg but now runs marathons, or Tyler Perry and Charlize Theron, both of whom were homeless but today are mega superstars. Others are not resilient. Inexplicably, after some life challenge, they sink into drugs or mental illness or homelessness. Why the difference? Why do some people rise in the face of challenge? Resilience. So let's take a minute and explore resilience. Because see, I want you to leave here today fully prepared for the battle ahead, ready to accept whatever life throws at you. So resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. But how? Resilience is born of the following: insight, independence, connectivity, initiative, creativity, humor, and integrity. Resilience requires insight, the ability to be self-aware. So can you ask yourself the tough questions and answer them honestly? My mother always told me, never lie to yourself. Not about the 10 pounds I need to lose, or my skills. You must be completely honest with yourself about your strengths and your weaknesses. That honesty will enable you to capitalize on your strengths and effectively address your weaknesses. And please don't tell me y'all have no weaknesses. That's the worst thing you can say in a job interview. We all have weaknesses. Own them and deal with them. Resilience requires independence. You may have to walk alone to achieve your goals. Your friends may not understand you. Your family may not understand. But if you know you are on the right path, then you must be willing to stand alone. Trust me, you will not be alone long, because resilience is a magnet. It attracts like minds. Resilience feeds on connectivity. Seek out people who share your values and have dreams for themselves and for you. Seek out peers who are moving forward. Equally as important, seek out people who can help you, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Most successful people want to help others. They just need to be asked. Now, connectivity is not networking. Connectivity is about real relationships, not just the exchange of business cards at a cocktail party. The next element of resilience is initiative. Take responsibility for and take charge of your path. Are you willing to fight for you? Then you stand up and you step out. You must be your own champion. You must never take no for an answer. If the door is closed, dig under it, climb over it, go around it. Every great invention is the result of someone being told no, and that person refusing to accept no for an answer. It is why you have an iPhone in your pocket today. Creativity feeds resilience, new solutions for old problems. Simply because someone else has not thought of it before, well, that may be the very reason that you need to implement your idea. That may be the reason you will succeed. You must be tough, confident, and persistent. But please don't take yourself too seriously. You must be able to laugh at yourself and to laugh with others. That will see you through the darkest hours. Finally, and most importantly, never ever lose sight of your moral compass. Integrity is priceless. No one can give it to you, and no one can take it away from you. No job, no title, no paycheck is worth your integrity. When I left home to go to college, my father said to me, "I gave you my good name. It's what I expect you to bring me back." Now, my father died in 1996, but when I meet him again, I'm gonna give him his good name. It's what matters to me, and it's got to be what matters to you. Resilience is insight, independence, connectivity, initiative, creativity, humor, and integrity. All these elements of resilience boil down to one simple rule for me. You're gonna come up with your own. But for me, when life knocks me down, and it has, and it probably will again, I give myself 24 hours to cry my eyes out and eat as much chocolate as I can get my hands on. Yes, chocolate, the elixir of life. But then when the sun comes up, I get up. I get up. I brush myself off. I look in the mirror and I say, "World, you don't know me and you can't beat me. I got this. Ladies and gentlemen, you got this. You got this. Resilience is the armor you will need to ride this roller coaster of success. Now, I've told you success is not static. It is not final. You will be challenged. The path you have chosen today actually may be totally different 5 years from now, and that is okay. You are still learning who you are. Trust me. I was supposed to be a pediatrician. Who knew? Okay? Who knew? Think of it this way. Success is like your hand. There are many paths to success. Set your goals high and then be about it. Have no doubt. You are ready for the challenge. You see, you have been prepared to be leaders. Gwynedd Mercy has prepared you to lead meaningful lives and to lead in a global society. The values of Gwynedd Mercy will distinguish you throughout your career. Integrity, respect, a desire for social justice. With this foundation, you are called to lead. America needs you to lead. We are facing dire circumstances, ladies and gentlemen. They cry out for new leadership. Leadership that is grounded on a belief in the dignity of all people. Now I'm confident you're sitting out there going, what? Everything is great. It's all good. Business has never been better. And if you own any stock, you are dancing in the streets. Unemployment is an all-time low. America is great again, right? Well, let's just scratch the surface and look at where we really stand. While business is booming and CEO pay is at an all-time high, wages are stagnant. According to a Pew Research report, American wages today have the same purchasing power as 40 years ago. Now, I want you to take a minute to think about that. You will earn, come Monday when you start your new job, more money than your grandparents ever made in their whole life. But you can't buy any more than they could have bought 40 years ago. It's a scary thought, isn't it? The stock market is skyrocketing, but less than 40% of all Americans own any stock. Philadelphia holds a distinction for having the highest poverty rate in any big city in the nation, 25.5%. The percentage of those living in poverty has not changed in 2 years. Unemployment is historically low, 3.6%. The unemployment rate has been dropping steadily for the last 6 years, yet the barriers to employment are still too real and too high. The national unemployment rate is 6.6% for African Americans and 4.8% for Hispanics nationally. But in Philadelphia, it is a staggering 17.7% for African Americans and 11.6% for Hispanics. America has seen a rise in racial tensions and hostility. Facebook and Instagram, which used to be platforms for sharing, for fun times with your friends and information about your family, but now they're platforms for hate and political division. America is struggling with an opioid crisis. America is struggling to balance the need to be safe in our communities with police misconduct and excessive force. America is struggling with guns. Where is the balance between the right to bear arms and mass shootings? America is a land of immigrants, yet we are struggling to design an immigration system that is welcoming, but not an open-door policy. America is challenged with homelessness and hunger and wage inequality and sexual harassment and educational inequality. I could go on, but I'm confident that you see America's challenges. Each of these challenges calls us to question what I assert should be basic human rights: healthcare, housing, education, a living wage, equality, the right to be judged on our merit, not on our race, our gender, our religion, or our sexual orientation. Judge me on me. Judge me on what I do. That's what we deserve. This is dignity. These are the basic rights. My inherent value exists because I am a human being. It is a value that makes me worthy of being treated fairly. Fundamental fairness is the very essence of dignity. So I seek a society that gives each one of us, that gives each of you a shot, a fair shot. Now, a fair shot means that you will have quality health care, solid education, opportunities to work at a living wage, equal pay for equal work, affordable housing. Every American and every citizen of the world deserves no less. I stand before you because Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall believed that every child should have access to a quality education. He spent his entire career seeking to prove that separate but equal was inherently unequal and therefore unacceptable. Brown versus the Board of Education and loving parents gave me my shot. Everyone deserves a shot. Gwynedd Mercy has prepared you to take your shot. Now, your leadership, your creativity, your vision are what America needs. You have the foundation to be a successful leader. This world needs you to lead and tackle these big problems. You must solve these big problems. You see, ladies and gentlemen, if you woke up today, you have an obligation to make a difference. You must make a difference. In the words of Malala, who is the youngest recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, she was shot in the face merely because she wanted to get an education. Now she raises funds all around the world so that girls can go to school. Malala said, "I speak for myself. I speak not for myself. I speak for those without voice." I ask you to speak. No, I don't. I ask you to fight for those without voice. I challenge you to commit yourself to a lifetime of working for the fundamental dignity of each person. I challenge you to make this world better. Do not take no for an answer. When it comes to human dignity, we cannot compromise. But it's not possible, you say. The problems are too big, right? Somebody else would have done it if it was fixable. It's impossible. No. Sister Mary Scullion founded Project Home to fight homelessness. Pamela Rainey Lawler was a mom, just a regular mom, but she founded Philabundance to fight hunger. LeBron James is attacking inequality in education with his Promise School. These are just examples. These problems are not impossible. They can be solved. They will be solved by you. Yes, you. Why? Because you are griffins. With the head of an, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are griffins. You have the head of an eagle. You have the body of a lion. You are courageous. You are brave. You are committed to be leaders. America needs you. Now, I do not have easy answers for you. I wish I did. These are big problems, and they're going to require all your creativity, your new ideas, your determination, and your fortitude as you set out to tackle this world. I want you to ask yourself at each step only 2 questions. Is it right? Is it just? And if the answer is yes, then you go for it, because impossible is nothing. Muhammad Ali taught us impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, refuse to take no. You can and you will create the world that we deserve. Class of 2019, be resilient. Do the impossible. Congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Cardwell Hughes, for that inspiring message to our graduates of the class of 2019. At Gwynedd Mercy University, we also have a tradition of selecting a graduating student to address the graduating class. Through a very competitive process, one student emerges. Today, our student commencement speaker is Amber O'Toole. Amber will be receiving her bachelor's degree in nursing. She is a member of the Sigma Theta Tau Nursing Honor Society, the Student Nurses Association of Pennsylvania, the American Nurses Association, and the National Student Nurses Association. She is also a certified EMT. Please join me in welcoming the 2019 Student Commencement Speaker, Amber O'Toole.
Good afternoon, President D'Amelio, Board of Trustees, honored guests, distinguished faculty, family, friends, and members of the class of 2019. It is my distinct honor to stand in front of you on this memorable day. Fellow graduates, as you sit here draped in all your regalia, a visual representation of your ethical foundation, academic achievements, and professional abilities, I invite you for a moment to reflect on your past. What motivated you to be one of the lucky few who get to pursue their dreams by means of a college degree? What cultivated your desire to take this strenuous journey? What series of life events led you to be the person who filled out that application form? What was your inspiration? Mine was a little boy named Dylan, whom I'm blessed to call my brother. Born when I was just 5 years old, Dylan was diagnosed with a brain disease and given a 2-year life expectancy. The doctors told us he wasn't going to be capable of anything. But Dylan expressed thoughts and emotion with his eyes, in the absence of being able to speak to us. He hugged with his smiles, in the absence of being able to embrace us. He mobilized his heart to do what his legs could not. Dylan wore innocence in the appearance we all grew to love, but lying underneath thrived a warrior, unwilling to fall victim to his battles. He embodied an inextinguishable will to live when all odds weighed heavily against him. I'm in awe that a child incapable of speaking managed to transform into a philosopher, educating me on what really matters in life. Despite his inability to walk, Dylan took my hand, grasped my heart, and led me to my purpose in life, nursing. In my effort to realize my aspiration, I searched for a school that would mold me into a nurse who would be enriched with more than just clinical skills. My search ended the moment I stepped onto Gwyned's campus. I found myself longing to be a part of Gwynedd Mercy. In addition to its prestige in academics, Gwynedd embodied the same values I gained from my inspiration at home. Here, the focus isn't only fixated on academic achievement, but also on the enrichment of personal disposition. Here, we are nurtured in acts of decency, empowered to be compassionate and devoted, and fortified in what it means to receive and dispense mercy. Gwynedd made my college selection an uncomplicated decision, and I embarked on my journey to be a nurse. I knew I would face obstacles along the way, but I was motivated by the same will my brother unveiled so tenaciously in his battle against time and circumstance. It was in my second year here, deep into my studies, that the light of my inspiration was extinguished. 15 years beyond his life expectancy, Dylan took his last breath enveloped in my arms and encircled by all those whose lives he touched. I have no words to describe the anguish of losing my brother. I was in free fall, and this university caught me. As I stood saturated in grief in front of a crowd of people at his services, my heart warmed as my eyes fell on a Gwynedd Mercy professor. A week after I returned to school, struggling with the gravity of my new reality at home, a card appeared in the mail from another professor. These instructors weren't just clocked in, lecturing, or grading, but instead being present in one student's void. These professors showed me their limitless dedication by taking their responsibilities far beyond the borders of what was expected. By their very presence, they modeled the holistic education they were trying to impart, combining professional skill with the human qualities of decency and caring. Gwynedd provides a platform of opportunity for anyone knocking at the door looking to better themselves. Last year, my mom knocked, and Gwynedd answered with open arms and a chance for a new beginning. Prior to my brother's passing, my mom's unpaid occupation was caring for her fragile son. Life forced her to reevaluate her purpose when we lost him. Shortly after Dylan died, my mom was welcomed into Gwynedd Mercy's respiratory care program. I'm far from ashamed to admit that she brings home better grades than I do, as that remains the hot topic at the dinner table. She's probably getting red out there in the audience because she had no idea I was going to involve her in my speech. But not to would have taken away from the impact this school has made. Together, she and I have pursued our dreams on Gwynedd's campus, sheltered under the wings of the angel we nurtured and cherished. I can't help but feel that each and every minute of Dylan's life inspired both my mom and me to impact the lives of countless others. He was, and always has been, our sustenance. That which enabled us to keep going, no matter how hard it got. My standing here today is a tribute to the quality of that sustenance. So, who's your Dylan? Who or what enabled you to get here? What motivated you to press on to graduation? Whatever that has been for you, hold on to it with a durable grasp. While there may come a point in your venture when you'll meet failure, remember what made you set out in the first place. Look upon each obstacle you face as an opportunity. Remember what you gained from Gwynedd and have the courage to begin again. Long after we take off these gowns, we will still be wearing the robes of benevolence and integrity that make us distinctive Mercy graduates. Let's wear them with pride and go make a difference in the world. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Thank you, Amber, for sharing your wonderful story and for sharing your brother with us. We will now take a few moments to enjoy a musical selection performed by the voices of Gwynedd. We now have the privilege of presenting a posthumous honorary degree. I ask the family of Leah Fitzgerald to please come to the stage. We are honored today to have her siblings, David Fitzgerald and Rachel Hyman, as well as her nieces, Sophia, Hannah, and Kathleen Fitzgerald, with us to receive the honorary Bachelor of Science in Business Administration degree. Come right up. Leah Fitzgerald was a student at Gwynedd Mercy University. Due to the fact that Leah tragically passed away in August 2018, she unfortunately was not able to complete the degree for which she worked so hard. Following her passing, I received the following comments from Dr. Jill Winnington, Assistant Dean and Program Director of Business Administration in the School of Graduate and Professional Studies. Leah was tenacious and determined to complete her education. She started her academic career with Gwynedd Mercy University in 2013. She was a true adult learner, beginning the program in her 50s. She studied in the Associate of Science in Business Administration at the Philadelphia campus, earning her degree in 2015. Following completion of her associates, she entered the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration program, also at the Philadelphia campus. Leah was active in all of her courses, engaging with her instructors and her peers. Leah would do anything to excel in her studies, except miss Bible study on Tuesday nights. Her kindness transcended the classroom. She would often stop in the office of her academic advisor to share in a laugh and a smile. She was always quick to help others, especially with her peers in the bachelor program. Leah fought through her illness, resolved to complete her degree program. She will be missed by all that had the pleasure to know her. Leah Hope Fitzgerald embodied the hard work and diligent attitude that is characteristic of the Gwynedd Mercy student and is deserving of this honorary bachelor's degree. President D'Amelio, it is with admiration that we present the family of Leah Fitzgerald with the honorary degree of Bachelor of Science, honoris causa. We will now have the presentation of degree candidates. Will the candidates who have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree please rise? That's you. Okay. On this joyous occasion, a day of pride for all students and families, the university gives special recognition to baccalaureate graduates who have achieved Latin honors. As student names are called, those with an overall cumulative grade point average of 3.5 will receive the designation of cum laude. Those with a 3.7 cumulative GPA will receive magna cum laude honors, and those with a 3.9 GPA or above are designated summa cum laude. These students can be recognized by the gold, silver, or bronze medal worn around the neck. President D'Amelio, I present for the bachelor's degree those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the university.
By virtue of the authority committed to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree for which you have been recommended, admitting you to all the rights and privileges which throughout the world pertain to this degree, in testimony whereof you will receive the diploma of the university, officially signed and stamped with the seal of the university. Students, please be seated until your school is called.
I would like now to introduce Dr. Lisa McGarry, the Dean for the School of Arts and Sciences.
Will the bachelor degree candidates from the School of Arts and Sciences please come to the stage? Samantha Jane Kreidler, magna cum laude. Neen Tra Nguyen, magna cum laude. Margaret Claire Pellegrino. Christopher Charles Stout. Clayton Lamont Wolfe, Jr. Colleen Lacey, magna cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Hennessy. Alexandra Emanuel. Alexandria Marie Kinnell, cum laude. Laura Elizabeth Lazovich. Shannon Eileen Carroll, magna cum laude. Caitlin Elaine Lutz. Joseph Francis Pandolfi III, cum laude. Louis Joseph Primavera. Ikra Siddiqui. Derek Robert Whitfield. Jenny Yerman Kyung, magna cum laude. Patrick J. Timlin, magna cum laude. Timothy David Brass, magna cum laude. Sarah Allison Crane, magna cum laude. Morgan Lynn Fusca. Patrick Joseph Fusco. Danielle Marie Holtz, cum laude. Jennifer Hyunmi Jang. Lance Joseph. Jocelyn Gianna Hernandez. Antoinette F. LaFauci. Casey Marie McCarney, magna cum laude. Jamie Elizabeth McCarney, cum laude. Jory K. Nicholson. Brittany Taylor Albert. Jennifer Bateman, cum laude. Giovanna Marie Feinstein. Christina Alyssa Husbands. Shayna Dolores Juswiak Mackel. Vanessa Jean Litzenberger. Emily Nicole Moorer. Melissa Rose Novitsky. Ada Ugoma Opara. Rosemary Otera. Alexis Marie Reyes.
I am Dr. Heather Fleger, Dean of the School of Business and Education. Will the bachelor's degree graduates from the School of Business and Education please come to the stage? Sean Curran. Zachary Albert Dennis. David Scott Hollinger, summa cum laude. Holly Frances McHugh, magna cum laude. Matthew Raymond Novitsky. Kelly Tran, magna cum laude. Haley Kimberly Adamczyk, summa cum laude. Speed it up, okay. Julia Rose Aquilino, summa cum laude. Marissa Lynn Brown, magna cum laude. Sophia Marie Carbone, summa cum laude. Sierra Alice Foreman. Shelby Lauren Galan, magna cum laude. Amanda Marie Gentry, summa cum laude. Victoria Gluck, cum laude. Christopher John Kowaleski, magna cum laude. Danae Nicole Leatherman, magna cum laude. Jessica Ann Lechner. Emily Margaret Moorer, summa cum laude. Sabrina Ray Otero. Michelle Grace Peripsky, summa cum laude. Bridget Lynn Petrowski, magna cum laude. Alexander James Rivers, cum laude. Stephanie L. Smith, cum laude. Samantha Elizabeth Sonlin, summa cum laude. Kelsey Jean Timty, magna cum laude. Brianna Nicole Vandegrift, summa cum laude. Chelsea L. Ross, magna cum laude. Carol Buttle, magna cum laude. Devin Doinice Fulmore. Lauren Michelle Molino. Bridget Ozaminski. Alexis Charissa Peters. Caitlin Marie Rice. Stephanie May Sawyer. Margaret Mary Thompson, summa cum laude. Connor Daniel Curtin, cum laude. Daniel Charles Decker. Michael Patrick Leckie. David Robert Reeser. Sean Ryan Jr., summa cum laude. Ryan M. Simpson. Catherine Sussman. Jessica Cecilia Sterling, cum laude. Emily E. Corsi. Courtney Warren Cubbage. Megan Kate Davis. John Jasper DeSanto. Cara A. Murray, magna cum laude. Rashid A. Morrow, Jr. Olivia Marie Roseman, magna cum laude.
I am Dr. Mary Sortino, Dean of the School of Graduate and Professional Studies. Will the bachelor's degree graduates from the School of Graduate and Professional Studies please come to the stage? Lisa Ann Benfield, summa cum laude. Kirsten Diane Dosania, magna cum laude. Christine Antonelli. Marcella Ariel Freeland, magna cum laude. Kenneth Edward Gorel, summa cum laude. Jeffrey Dale Gulla, cum laude. Tassima Janelle Hedden. Keith James Johnson. Shane W. Lynch. Kiasha Rowland. Blair Thompson, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Patrice Thompson. Desiree Walters. Marquita D. Williams. Michelle Carr. Heather Ann Davis, summa cum laude. Jessica Flores. Rasheen Hoffman, summa cum laude. Regina Hughes. Rasha N. Heath. Kristen Courtney Fernandez. William Thompson Jeffrey Jr. Bendu H. Kenneth, cum laude. Okoye. Margaret Ann Okoye. Heather Wynn.
I am Dr. Ann Phelan, Dean of the Francis M. McGuire School of Nursing and Health Professions. Will the bachelor degree graduates from the Francis M. McGuire School of Nursing and Health Professions come to the stage? Amanda Jane Wortham, summa cum laude. Lizelle Medini. Mariam Sanon, cum laude. Nadia Boateng, cum laude. Karen Angela Davis Figaro. Rose Caroline Mesidor. Betsy Mariam Phillip. Carrie Ann Nicole Curley. Katie Simon Mansari.
It's Lian Shen Li.
Len Shen Li, cum laude. Jamie Touch, summa cum laude. Lorraine Pata, magna cum laude. Devin Elizabeth Dwyer, magna cum laude. Sarah Louise Hill, summa cum laude. Macy M. Prashkek, magna cum laude. Jamil Billups, magna cum laude. Lindsay Elizabeth Blodgett. LaJoyne Marietta Stone. Angela Arapenton, magna cum laude. Nina Michelle Andrews. Nastasia Anzalone. Alexis Denise Bacanos. Sorry. Lauren Elizabeth Bailey. Mariam Balalis. Yvette Boa. Crystal Barrett. Elizabeth Ann Barron. Janice Marie Bernier, magna cum laude. Melita S. Berry. Michelle Nicole Bird, magna cum laude. Kirsten Louise Bland. Kristen Taylor Bonowitz, summa cum laude. Carrie May Boris. Francesca A. Bassino.
Shane Bowler.
Shane Bowler. Carrie Ann Brady. Dominique Broadneck. Ashanti Brown. Chelsea Amanda Brown, cum laude. Justina Marie Bruno. Megan L. Buckman, cum laude. Tanaya Bria Birch. Madison Lynn Burkle, magna cum laude. Marissa Eleanor Campbell, summa cum laude. Nicole Diane Capizzuti. Capuzzi.
Delon.
Okay. Delon Carter. Victoria Lynn Cavalier.
It's pronounced Mamadou Cisse. Mamadou Cisse.
Mamadou Cisse. Lauren Marie Chalusi, magna cum laude. Dwayne Cherry Jr. Tavia Clarkson. Mallory Ann Clavillo. Alexa Marie Claycomb, cum laude. Allison Nicole Coletti. Caitlin Nicole Cook. Carrie Ann Ashley Karina. Barbara A. Curtin. Sovanara Chang. Kenyana Maria Curtis. Amanda Soboka. Nicholas John Subic. Sochiel Ernest Dash. Heather Nicole Dobb. Solisha Dawkins. Alexander Colin Day. Kimberly Ann Day. Antonia DiBellotti. Nicole Ann DeFusco. Madison Rose Daly. Marissa Lynn D. Bonafero. Anita Charday DeVore. Caitlin M. DiGiacomo. Nina M. DeGiorgio. Alicia Marie Louise De Palma, magna cum laude. Stephanie Doherty. Carla Vinay Drew. Okay. Elena Juliet Dructor, cum laude. Jordan Michael Jadowski. Anna Lori Fernandez. David Fury-Mode. Ashley Michelle French, cum laude. Colleen Day German. Fat Gene, cum laude. Kelly Ann Giattamaso. Carly Jane Gibson. Aaron N. Gibson. Jane M. Gilbert. Victoria Gobig. Brian Grass. Dominique Alicia Guntner. Christine Marie Gillen. Jessica Guzman Santiago. Garland Hung. Alyssa Taylor Hansha, cum laude. Alexandra Catherine Harris, cum laude.
I don't have my card. It's Brianna K. Hartman.
Brianna K. Hartman. Yeah. Erica Lynn Henning. Latia Hill. Benjamin Iga, magna cum laude. Alicia Jimenez, cum laude. Janaea Johnson. Daisha R. Johnson. Tanika E. Johnson. Kimberly Jones. Shani A. Joseph. Christina Maria Herrera. Shannon M. Maria Kennelly. Kalita Kiter. Andrew Korama. Melinda A. Kriebel. Julia Kritzberg.
You can just say Nicole Martin.
Okay, thank you. Sure. Nicole Martin. Ronaldi Labe, cum laude. Rodolfo Later. Okay. Melissa Lee Lenelin. Kaylee D. Luce. Sonita Lopez, cum laude. Amanda Marie Lynch. Idrea Alexandra Mays. Morgan McAndrews. Rachel Erin McCormick, magna cum laude. Carolyn Susan McCory. Aurora L. McHugh. Shaylee Nicole McGinnis, magna cum laude. Alexandra N. McGrath. Krista Grace McGrath. Matthew Michael McKenna. Destiny Ann Medichik, cum laude. Basima W. Michaels. Jess Edwards Miller. Andres Jose Monoslav, cum laude. Juliana Marie Morgado. Megan Moyer, magna cum laude. Jessica Rose Nace. Isada Nana, magna cum laude. Ishma Navarro. Zoe Ann Newman, magna cum laude. Tara Chang Nguyen. Solomon Nakruman.
It's easy.
Molly Rose Noble.
Numerato.
Okay. Anna Maria Numerato. Michael E. Oakley. Eunice Opie. Okay. Brianna Marie O'Connell. Shelby Catherine Odner, magna cum laude. Brianna Marie O'Donnell. William Patrick O'Sullivan III. Amber Anna O'Toole, cum laude. Molly Elizabeth Owen, cum laude.
Alyssa Pacheco. Yeah, Alyssa Pacheco.
Alessa R. Pacheco. Kristen Marie Palucci, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Lee Parker, cum laude.
And that's my card. It's Allison.
Allison Patrone.
Fan.
Christina Fan, cum laude. Ashley Lorraine Ponticelli, magna cum laude. Jasmine Anya Porter. Anthony Tama Poisna, cum laude. Zachary Michael Reddy, cum laude. Zandra Reed. Catherine Ann Reinhardt. Jamie Lynn Reiniers. Keisha Debbie Richard. Esmeralda Rucci, cum laude.
Rotaro Danielson.
Brenda Teresa Rudadro Danielson. Maria Sansom, magna cum laude. Christina Ashley Scarduzzo. Deborah Schloth, cum laude. Molly Ann Seafried, cum laude. Brenna Elaine Silby. Nikita Sharma, magna cum laude. Vera Shoddy. Benyam Sinmi. Okay. Taylor Nicole Simon. Amanda Lee Solo. Simeon Sun. Gianna Spada. William Scott Spence. Madison Taylor Stevenson. The easy one. Anastasia Stickles. Kellyanne Charlie Stillwell. Brittany Stocklin. Carrie Lynn Marie Stortino, cum laude. Christina Elizabeth Surratt, cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Tierney, cum laude. Nicholas James Taylor, sorry. Love T. M. Pay. Edwin Jean. Vivian Kumar, cum laude. Deborah Yabo, cum laude. Brianna Myra Robinson. Michelle Ann Killian. Vanessa Ann Trotter. Brianna Marie Torman. Courtney Van Shea, magna cum laude.
Joy Stanley Varghese.
Joy Stanley Varghese. Claire Victoria Vinson. Noah John Volpe, cum laude. Kristen Michelle Wadsman, cum laude. Margaret Mary Walsh, magna cum laude. Danielle Christine Walter. Haley Jacqueline Wardle. Casey Taylor Weatherwax, cum laude.
It's Wiener.
Molly Carolyn Wiener. Naya Wesley. Tiffany Marie Willabinski, magna cum laude.
Just the first one.
Okay.
Rotimi Williams.
Rotimi Williams. Jacqueline J. Wilson. Lenore A. Ann Wilson. Tiffany Noel Wright. Jacqueline Renee Williams, cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Yakel, cum laude. Evelyn Uriah Yebo. Jillian Alexander Zafanti, cum laude. Sasha Zaikifo. Aneta Zalua. Kaylee Brooke Hopkins. Autumn Nicole Mosner.
Courtney's last name.
Gary Courtney. Kelsey Hawthorne. Casey Kennelly. Lindsay Machucci. Allison Cisco. Did I get through it?
Please join me in acknowledging all of our baccalaureate degree graduates. Will the candidates who have completed the requirements for the associate degree please rise? President D'Amelio, I present for the associate degree those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the university.
By virtue of the authority committed to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the associate degree for which you have been recommended, admitting you to all the rights and privileges which throughout the world pertain to this degree, in testimony whereof you will receive the diploma of the university officially signed and stamped with the seal of the university.
Will the associate degree graduates please come to the stage? Shermare Monique Porter. Maurice Anthony Cooper with distinction. Mackenzie Frank with distinction. Kelly C. Lazaire. Crystal Ragu with distinction. Marlene Borsico. Christian James Evans. Cullen Daniel Murphy. Alyssa Marie Pierce with distinction. Please join me in acknowledging these associate degree graduates.
I now invite all graduates to stand and together on 3 we will shift your tassels from right to left. Ready? 1, 2, 3, shift. Congratulations, you may be seated. I am now pleased to introduce Hafa Tyler, a 1995 graduate of the university, president of the Alumni Association Board, who will offer greetings to our new alumni.
Hello, everyone. President D'Amelio, trustees, faculty, staff, honored guests, and our graduates, thank you for allowing me the privilege to stand before all on this momentous occasion. My name is Hafa Tyler, and I'm a proud 1995 graduate of Gwynedd Mercy University and the current president of the Alumni Association Board. I wish to offer my heartfelt congratulations to our graduates and your families on your milestone achievement. On behalf of the board of the Alumni Association and the entire university community, you are now of the honorable distinction of being Gwynedd Mercy University alumni, and we welcome you to our extended family. Our university community encourages, through our many activities we offer alumni, to be part of the bigger whole, whether it's a homecoming event, reunion, meeting up at one of our road tour visits across the country, or strengthening your rapport with fellow peers as graduates of the last decade, our gold. You have the opportunity, as you have always had with Gwynedd Mercy University, to aspire in an enduring manner for your intellectual and professional renewal. The mission and values of the university is inherent within each of you and will forever be the conduit when you extend outwardly your circle of influence, but also inwardly when you need a way back home to your character roots. Most of the great religions of the world ask their devout followers to perform 3 acts for an extended time in a given year: to fast, to pray, to give in charity. For Christianity, it is our Lent and Easter. It is during such pious times of one's spiritual year to be fully present and engaged with ourselves, our family, our brethren, our community, and our world, to cleanse our souls, open our minds and hearts, and give unto others selflessly. I recently read of how this equates to asking us to give up, give in, and give out. It is incumbent upon us to pause and take stock of our life at select times. Be reflective of your past, those who loved, empowered, and sustained you. Be inflective to your current state by being the change agent for what is good and just. And lastly, be effective in your future by fulfilling beyond your potential and being a presence to be reckoned with. I urge each of you to be courageous, to let go of old habitual thoughts and actions burdening you, to be free and inviting to new perspectives of our beautiful world and humanity within the universal themes of love, kindness, respect, and equality, and fearlessly and altruistically contribute for others. In the end, your life journey is summed in a cyclical pattern of giving up, giving in, and never ever forgetting in giving out. You are surrounded by many within this amazing collective university community, and we will forever share an undeniable bond. I wish the best to each of you as you embark on your exciting travels. And let us not forget our mothers. In every capacity, they have truthfully and faithfully served their role. Happy Mother's Day. Congratulations, class of 2019, and welcome to the Alumni Association. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you, Haifa, for your warm welcome to our new alumni. As we reach the conclusion of this year's commencement, it's time to bid farewell to our new graduates. My congratulations to you, new alumni of Gwynedd Mercy University. You now join more than 21,000 men and women who are proud to call GMercy their alma mater. I do want to acknowledge, as we just heard, tomorrow is Mother's Day. If you are a mother in this audience, please stand to be recognized. For one final time, graduates, while you are among members of our GMercy community, I ask you to reflect in your heart, mind, and soul on the core values that are at the foundation of everything we do. As you leave here, distinctive Mercy graduates, I hope you do so valuing academic excellence and are always ready to engage in rigorous and intellectual inquiry. You leave with a strong sense of community and collaboration, that you exhibit compassion and competence in all your endeavors. You never lose sight of the dignity of each person, that you continually demonstrate socially responsible behavior, and I hope you all have successful careers, more importantly, meaningful lives. May the peace and joy of heartfelt mercy accompany all of you on life's journey. God bless you. As we conclude, Christine Eberly, Director of Campus Ministry, will provide a benediction, followed by our alma mater, performed by the Voices of Gwynedd. After the alma mater, the platform party will exit the stage, followed by faculty and graduates. Graduates can pick up their diplomas in the room where they lined up. Families can exit in the back of this room and greet their graduates around the front of the building. Please rise.
Let us pray for our newest graduates. God has called you by name and has chosen you to go forth and bear fruit. May the work of your hands be a blessing to those who suffer in body, mind, or spirit. God has enriched you with gifts of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. May the work of your mind bring creative solutions to the problems of our day. God has welcomed you into the circle of mercy. May the work of your heart widen that circle until it embraces the whole world with joy. And may God, who has begun this very good work in you, carry it through to completion. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.